Good morning, folks, and here we are, day one of the new van. Obviously we already have Ophelia the T4, and I'll do a little walk around of Ophelia in the coming weeks, show you around, show you everything that I've done. I've spent about 3 years now continually fiddling with that, but it is time to upgrade because Ophelia is just not big enough for anything longer than a few days, especially for us. I'm just shy of 6 foot and I'm constantly bent over in the thing when I'm trying to get up and get dressed. So we have upgraded massively. What we have now, what I am sitting in, is a 2020 Renault Master. It's a 2.3 litre Euro 6 DCI, AdBlue as well. It's an absolutely beautiful van, absolutely beautiful van. I think off the top of my head I picked this up for just over £9,000 once the VAT was added on. It's an ex-escort vehicle, so as far as I'm aware it's never really been driven high. It has about 170,000 miles on it, but because it's an ex-escort vehicle, I believe that it would have likely have been maintained really well. So base vans in the Peak District, I'll put a link down below in the comments. Base vans in the Peak District, they buy all of these type of vans. They basically hold them, they do bits to them, they offer to convert them for people as well. But the special thing about base vans is that if you're looking for a van to convert, that's the place. They are completely untouched vans, nobody's messed with them, and I think one of the issues with buying a second-hand camper off somebody else is that because people do these things a lot themselves, you have no real idea of what's being done. They can show you things, it all looks great, but you've no idea how the electrics are wired in, you've no idea how the cupboards are all fitted in, you have no idea whether it's like fully insulated, top, bottom and sides, and all the rest of it. So if you're looking for just a plain bog standard van, which is actually a reasonably good price, there are some vehicles there that only have like 30,000 miles on the clock. They're all ex-service vans, as in they work for the council, they work for the gas board and so on and so forth. So they're all maintained, they are all regularly serviced. Anytime they need anything doing in their life, they have been maintained, repaired with OEM parts, because that's what's happened with these kind of places. So yeah, absolutely gorgeous van. It's just lovely. I'm just currently sat in it now. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna have to give you a little walk around. As you can see, Adventure Dog is in the background there, just kind of bouncing around. We have a lot of plans for this van, a lot of plans for next year. Next year is going to be a big year, I think, for me and for Kerry. Not so much for Kerry because she can't get all the time off work. Obviously, I don't work now. But next year is going to be me basically road tripping pretty much everywhere around the UK. I'm looking at doing every single county. I'm looking at doing all the folklore, the myths, the ghosts within all of them counties as well. Because obviously I absolutely love my folklore, legends and ghost stories. So I'm looking to do that. I think there's also plans in the works for maybe a trip over to Ireland to do the West Coast Way. I think the Wild Atlantic Way, with a group, Misfits camping group as well, my friend. So yeah, it's going to be a busy year next year, and I mean on top of that as well, the Facebook group that I've got, Bearded Bimbler, that's now grown something like 12 new followers within the last 24 hours, which for me is massive. I've always kind of hovered around 836 people on the page following. I recently posted a reel which showed us coming down the opposite side of Hard Not Pass. That's surpassed 12,000 plays already, which I think is mad. For me, it might not be. It's not big for, you know, some of the proper YouTubers and what have you. But for me personally, that's big. That's big. You know, we've got this van. The Facebook page is growing. I'm getting more views on the YouTube stuff. There's also something special coming up November, end of November, and I can't really say much about it at the moment because I need to finalise some details around that. But there is something special in the works. So there's also something quite big happening as well, which I'm amazingly happy about. I don't know why she's whining. Look at her, she's just, you're not abused. She's like one of them abused dogs on the advert, isn't she? So there's lots going on, lots to do. I'm going to give you a walk around of the van now. I'm going to show you it all inside and out. And then we're going to crack on with the first job of the van build. So as you can see, she is a completely naked van, so to speak. We believe, because it was an escort vehicle, that they have kind of installed some kind of sort of day van system in here. So the roof is sort of insulated, but this stuff is absolutely, it's just naff. So I'm going to assume that's behind these panelling as well. There's also space there in the floor for a Weberstore or a diesel heater. So that's already in the floor, and I may very well keep that. I wasn't going to keep that, but I might keep that now. It's got ports up here for a TV aerial, so there's already a TV aerial in there. There's a spot here for a CB radio, which is really cool. It has flashing lights, obviously for the escort vehicle side of it, which I want to get connected up. So yeah, the first job, or should I talk about what I'm going to do with it? Let's talk about what I'm going to do. So unlike Ophelia, Ophelia is very much a rough and ready type of camper, and that's how she wants to be. This is going to be completely different. It's going to be on kind of the upper side of the aesthetics. So what's likely to happen with Ophelia is there's going to be quite a few changes inside. So at the back here is going to be the bed. That is where we're going to put the bed. I think kind of next to the bed is going to be a shower toilet kind of cubicle. Along the side here is going to end up being a unit which may extend slightly past the door here. Here, however, what we're thinking of, originally we were going to do two seats, one there, fold down table in the middle, so we could sit and have a meal. But after having seen a few vans recently on Facebook, they actually create an L-shaped seat here. So that may be a better idea, I think, because then that allows us a lot of storage in there, a bit of storage in there as well, and then the diesel heater can come up under the kind of seat, so it's out of the way, but you still get the heat from it. Front wise, not a lot's going to change. Seats, dash, everything's going to stay the same. That rubbish bog standard head unit is going to come out. I'm going to get a sort of an Android Auto double DIN system to put in there. I am going to get a CB radio to put in there because there's a space. It's all connected up, so why wouldn't I use it? So yeah, there's going to be a window there. There's going to be a window on that sliding door, and there are going to be two windows in the back as well. I'm not going to put any max fan up because there's just no point really. We're not that interested. We already have a vent here anyway, so it is going to be vented regardless. And plus I want to put some solar panels on the roof, two solar panels, a little solar setup down here in the corner. That's going to provide us enough power because we're rarely without power anywhere. I mean, in the last sort of 2 years that we've been using Ophelia, we've barely, I think we stopped off grid, as you called it, so we've had an electric hookup maybe a handful of times. Most times we tend to have electric hookup on some kind of park up caravan site or whatever, so yeah, I don't think we're that fussed about having the full install, and this is going to be interesting because doing camper van builds is a touchy subject. Everybody obviously has their way of doing it. That is fine. Personally, I don't believe in doing it some ways people have done it. It is going to be insulated, etc., but I am not having like the full kitchen set up in it. It's not all bells and whistles, you know. It's not one of these £60,000 off the shelf vans that you see on Instagram and things, which is great if you've got up to 100 grand burning a hole in your pocket that you want to smash on a van. That's great. This isn't that. This is going to be as we want it. It's our van, and I'm doing it as I want it. Yeah, so I am by no means a professional van person, so don't follow me. What I do is my business, but hopefully I can bring a bit of realism, have some good discussions around what needs to happen inside of camper vans. Interestingly, next week it's the Caravan and Motorhome show at the NEC, so yeah, there's going to be a massive contrast between vans. I think the last time we went, the most expensive one was nigh on £300,000 for a camper, which is just staggering that people have that amount of money to just buy it there and then. But people were buying them there and then. We were told by a couple of vendors that people were coming in and buying stuff. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get on with it. I've got a little issue with some of the recording equipment today. This is nearly flat. The GoPro's been playing up somewhat rotten. Yeah, let's crack on. Let's try and get sorted with everything. Swap around the vans a bit so I can open the back doors. And the driveway is about to look like a tip. So right folks, we have created a little bit of a mess. Most of the old panelling is out now. As you can see, let me just zoom in. The interior side of it is absolutely pristine. Absolutely pristine behind there. Not a speck of glue, so that's actually quite nice. It's got the original boarding in, as I said before, so I'm going to carefully remove that, take that off and use that as templates. Next step is to get all of this cleaned up here. So that is that, folks, for today. I'm going to go in, paint the floor, can't do much else now. Wait till that's dry, then I can seal it. Maybe do that tomorrow, and then Sunday I can then insulate the floor. So yeah, happy days, happy days. Good few hours worth of work. Watch this space, see how it delivers. Well, watch this space, see how it develops. So I will catch you all later.